Wet and foggy this morning. That should be burning off here. Joining us this morning, we have folks from the VFW and Take Pride. Kelly DeLong, Bill McCrillis. Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. A lot of discussion over the last week and a half. We just had the folks in from Redevelopment and the Greater Titusville Development Foundation to discuss charitable giving. Bill, Kelly, you guys are no strangers to community involvement and community support. Kelly, you've been involved with Take Pride since the beginning, I believe.
Not quite.
Well, let's say so.
Okay.
You're the co-founder of Take Pride, and no, I'm just kidding. We're just going to keep building this up. Bill, you've been involved with the VFW, and obviously you guys really do a lot for the community, both organizations, and you guys are teaming up for a pretty big event this Sunday. Let's talk about it.
Yep. Last Friday, we were just kind of kicking things around, and we came up with the idea that we need to help somehow. We need to help not only the community, but the fire companies that were involved in, to help fight this fire. And we came up with the idea of maybe throwing a dinner for them in honor of all the fire companies. And we thought maybe that the Take Pride committee would like to be involved, and also the chamber. And so we got a hold of them, and lo and behold, hey, here we're going to go this Sunday.
Wow. Now, 26 fire departments, over 100 firefighters were on the scene last week, and none of them, the phone rang, they had the call, they came, no questions asked. This is a great way to help support those folks who came and helped us out in this community. And
this is what we're asking all the citizens around this area, and to come in and have a meal. It doesn't cost anything. You can talk to the firefighters. You can and their families. I hope they're coming too. And it doesn't cost a thing, like I said, just for a donation. If you don't want to give anything, that's fine. Also, come on down and talk to the firefighters, and talk to Take Pride committee. Talk to the VFW, and also talk to the chamber.
Kelly, talk about Take Pride and what Take Pride does for the community, and how this is a perfect fit for you guys.
Well, so often people just assume that Take Pride is just a holiday at Burgess light display, but we do so much more in this town. It is Take Pride. Now, what Take Pride is we have our monthly meetings, and we have representatives from the different community groups, Rotary, the VFW, Renaissance, all of those different groups, and we discuss different programs that we have going on. And they come to us in order to get some volunteers, some help on all of that. We're basically, Jerry Knickerbocker this past Saturday was down helping us with a light display, tearing it down. And I spoke about this dinner that we're going to be sponsoring with the VFW and the chamber, and I said I figured it was a perfect fit, and Jerry says, absolutely, Titusville Take Pride in Titusville is Take Pride in Titusville. It's everybody in Titusville. So, it was a perfect fit, and we wanted to also help this whole outpour of people wanting to donate to something or other, and those volunteer firemen and our paid firemen, they need to be thanked by Titusville.
Absolutely. Bill, on your side with the VFW, sometimes I don't think people appreciate or understand fully what is involved by being a member of the VFW. Some folks might say, well, it's a place to go, and they just, sit in there and they'll eat and just hang out. But that's not the case at all. The VFW is very active and very involved in the community. Outside of helping veterans, they're an active part of the community. Kind of talk about that aspect of it.
Well, we try to be. I guess our motto right now is the VFW. We're not a bar, per se. We're not a bar. We cater to families and especially the veterans. We have an honor guard group here in Titusville. It's made up of all veterans. The VFW Post veterans and American Legion veterans, and it's matter of fact we did 2 funerals Saturday. We did another one day before yesterday, and we got one coming up this evening at 7:30, wow. And another one on Saturday. So it's not only a place to go, it's a place to like go and reminisce with your fellow veterans and the families. We have different things going on, but this is not about the VFW. This is about Titusville and taking care of Titusville, taking care of our firefighters. This is our main goal right now.
Now, see, when Take Pride in Titusville decided to do the light display down at Burgess Park, the VFW gave us a nice donation to get the whole light display started. So, the VFW and the Take Pride committee are pretty close.
And you've had all sorts of different events together over the years, and again, we were talking with the folks prior to you guys about different organizations coming together and walls not being thrown up saying, oh, this is what we're doing, and this is people working together and saying, hey, let's pull our resources together, because that's what's best. Not about what we do better or what you do. It's about what we can do together to help community. Mark?
Well, along with that, and this is more of a comment than it is a question, I am really overwhelmed with the way the town has come together. So many people, working to try to rectify this situation. It started right during the fire. Fire department friend of mine in Venango County mentioned that the folks in Titusville were the ones who helped sustain the firefighters during the fire. What I guess I've been thinking of is that maybe the sadder part of this is that it takes something of this magnitude, this kind of tragedy, to draw people out, and we get to actually learn, what actually went on inside town square. All the folks that were affected there, organizations like yours, that work every day during the year to make this town a nicer place to live. All these things kind of get taken for granted, except during an emergency situation. And it would be nice to find a way to sustain this, by something other than just having a downtown fire. I hate to put it that way, but how do you think we can sustain this community spirit?
That's a really good question, and we see it every year, like Memorial Day. Years ago, there used to be tons of people downtown lined the streets. It's not a very big parade, but we have a parade coming up Central Avenue, and we have a get-together at Scheide Park, in memorial services, and every year it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's another way the town can come together, the city can come together about the different functions we have in this town.
Well, you saw that with 9/11, how the whole country came together, and it seemed like it stuck that way for months and months, maybe a year plus, maybe. But then everybody settles back into and maybe that's a good thing that people get back into that routine again. But to completely forget about it.
But I think what you end up seeing though is.
And I'm certainly not comparing last week.
Right. But you have something like the fire go on, and there's all sorts of people that come out and they start volunteering. And yes, we have a lot of volunteers. This past Saturday when we tore the park down, we had an enormous number of volunteers. And yes, it starts slowing down. You don't have as many volunteers, but you introduce a lot of people to volunteering and decide, hey, this was a very enjoyable, rewarding event, and I'm going to keep on volunteering. So it does end up growing our volunteer base. Mm-hmm. There is that big surge at the beginning, and it starts dwindling down, but still, you get some people that really enjoy it. It's a good way to get people introduced to volunteering.
Bill, VFW known for really helping out with the food bank in town. There are people who say, well, I'm not a veteran, I don't know how I can help out down there. But there are ways, if you're a non-veteran, to be a part of the VFW.
Oh, definitely. We have social memberships available, and we have a lot of social memberships here in Titusville. But I'd like to get back to this dinner if we could. We need to show a lot of respect for our firefighters. Believe me, I know a lot of people in town have, but this is a thing. It's touched me quite a bit. That these gentlemen and women go out here and spend I don't know how many hours, in the cold, and you see the people that direct traffic, the fire police. I mean, they're out there, they're steady. They're steady, and it's just like being in the service to me. I guess that's what it seems. You got a job to do, and by golly, you're going to stay there and do that job.
And no one job is more important than another. You're relying on everyone in that chain to do their job.
Most definitely.
Now, it was 30 years ago in May when we had the tornado go through, and I lived out in Dempseytown, right in the path of the tornado. Wow. And so, I've had the experience of this devastation before, and I've always been so impressed with they keep their heads on straight and get the job done and protect the people that are still around, the area.
All right, so let's recap what's going on this Sunday at the VFW.
Okay, dinner will be starting to be served at 12:30. One thing, you do not need reservations. It's going to be buffet style. Parking will be available all around the VFW. Toy shop will be available for parking. The Public Works Department, you can park over there. Oil Creek Plastics have given us, Charter Plastics. They have given us permission to use their parking lot. Also over at the cabooses, you can park over there. So there's plenty of parking. Dinner we start to serve at 12:30, and we'll run till 4 o'clock.
Now the RSVP that has been written down, that's just to try to get some idea, a handle on to how much food we need to order up here. That's.
So can they contact you guys at the VFW? Should they contact the chamber? What's the best way?
Any place. You contact the VFW, you can contact the chamber, and
takeouts are available?
Takeouts will be available until 4 o'clock. We have some guest cooks coming in. I think the two of the cooks from the University of Pittsburgh, they're coming up. Also, a couple from the Blue Canoe are coming up. So, hey, you're going to get the best of all three worlds here coming up.
And all the money raised, tell us where that's going to go.
Well, if there's 26 fire companies,
it gets divided amongst the 26.
Every penny goes to the fire companies.
Yes.
Wow.
Every penny.
All righty, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your continued love of this community.
Thank you.
Now, don't forget Sunday.
That's right.
Come eat with us. We'll all be there.
Or Bill will come after you.
No, I'm not coming. I'm going to stay and eat.
You're gonna stay and eat.